The End of Geography: How Ultra-Wealthy Families Are Engineering Post-National, AI-Governed Sovereignties.
Welcome to the XFO Intelligence Podcast and to our brand new XFO-Connect Special Series. Imagine a world where your citizenship isn't tied to the dirt you stand on, but to a cryptographic key. A world where laws aren't debated in slow, human parliaments, but executed instantly by artificial intelligence. This isn't science fiction. It is the emerging reality of synthetic sovereignty. Today, we're exploring how ultra-high net worth families are engineering post-national, AI-governed jurisdictions, and why the 375-year-old Westphalian nation-state is being quietly deprecated. To understand this shift, we have to look at the traditional nation-state for what it truly is: a legacy operating system. It relies on ambiguous natural language, slow biological processes like bureaucrats, and immense physical friction. For the global elite, this model is becoming fatally inefficient. Unpredictable taxes, regulatory overreach, and failing infrastructure create drag on capital. But now, advanced AI collapses the administrative overhead of running a state. An AI can act as a frictionless civil service, optimizing resource allocation at a speed and scale humans simply cannot match. So, how are they building this? They aren't just buying random islands to declare independence, they are constructing a network state, a physical-digital archipelago. The legal wrapper is formed using decentralized autonomous organizations and multi-jurisdictional trusts. But the true core is the AI governance layer. Imagine the three branches of government replaced by algorithms. Legislation becomes dynamic, adjusting in real time to supply chain data or energy loads. The executive branch is a predictive engine managing microgrids and logistics. And the judiciary? Dispute resolution is handled by AI arbitrators. If a smart contract is breached, the system doesn't just issue a ruling, it automatically executes the penalty, freezing digital assets and revoking physical access to the jurisdiction instantly. Citizenship becomes a dynamic subscription, not a birthright. This creates a massive geopolitical gravity well. These optimized enclaves attract the world's top talent and most liquid capital. As wealth and human capital flee to these low-friction zones, legacy states face a death spiral. A shrinking tax base forces cuts to public services, which only accelerates the exodus of the middle and upper classes. When traditional governments try to fight back with capital controls or regulations, they encounter the waterbed effect. You cannot defeat a decentralized, AI-optimized network with centralized, geographically bound state power. The network simply reroutes to a more compliant host. In fact, the sovereign AI often calculates an optimal parasitism rate, intentionally leaving just enough capital in the host nation to keep its ports and power grids functioning, effectively managing the legacy state as a dependent vassal. But this hyper-efficient system has a fatal flaw: the oracle problem. If governance is purely algorithmic, the AI is only as good as the data it receives. The new arms race isn't about nuclear weapons, it's about data integrity and sensor spoofing. If a rival can feed false data into the system's physical sensors, they can trick the AI into catastrophic decisions. Furthermore, the legacy state's only remaining weapon is friction. The coming geopolitical conflict will simply be the state trying to inject physical and legal friction, while the synthetic sovereignty uses AI to ruthlessly route around it. Sovereignty is no longer about controlling land. It is about controlling the compute, the energy, and the ledger. The Westphalian state isn't being overthrown by revolution, it is being bypassed by a superior technology. If you found this deep dive valuable, please like, share, and subscribe to the XFO Intelligence podcast channel. We want you to be part of the conversation. We invite you to join the exclusive XFO-Connect community to discuss these frontier topics with fellow forward thinkers. For registration details, simply email us at xfointelligence@gmail.com. Disclaimer: the content provided in this podcast is for informational and educational purposes only. It does not constitute financial, legal, or investment advice. The concepts discussed represent emerging theoretical frameworks and should not be interpreted as a guarantee of future geopolitical or economic outcomes. Always consult with qualified professionals before making significant financial or legal decisions. Thank you for listening.